All right, hello once again, Jeff Scott from Jeff Teaches Programming. And as you can see, for the last several lectures, probably about the last 7 or 8, we've been working on databases. And in particular, I've been doing a series of queries based on this sales order database that you see right in front of you. And I'm going to continue on. I looked in here, I didn't see anything that looked wrong with what I was doing. And why I'm not getting any answers, this came up as 0. It was a valid query. There was nothing wrong with it, but it did not give me any records. So, all right, let's come in and let's start doing some more here. So this will be show the query that will tell whether or not any employees are missing a telephone number. Make sure to include the employee's first name and last name in the results. Okay, so this will be select. We're going to get everything from the employee table, so we can say first name. In fact, that is what? Employee first name, employee last name. We'll just do this. I think there was an employee phone, but let's check. There is not. Yes, there is. Well, I can tell by looking at it that all the employees do have something. Let's make this a little more interesting. So let's go to vendors. And you can see that some of the vendors don't have an email address. So why don't we do that one instead? So we'll use the vendor name. How about the vendor name and city? So whether or not they're missing a web page. Make sure to include the vendor's name. In the results. Well, that's good enough. Make all right. So we will select vendor name, vendor name from vendors, where vendor web page is null. Should give us, hopefully this will work. Let's see. Well, it's showing us none now. Let's take a look. So we asked for vendor name. Oh, it said, give me the name where the web page is null. Now, here's where it's interesting. If you remember, I replaced the null with double quote, double quote. So let's see if that gives us anything. And if it's still nothing, then we're just going to go on. Okay, you see that we have 4 vendors that do not have a web page. Now, we could put more in here if we wanted to. So, for instance, maybe it would have been better to say select vendor ID and vendor name from vendors where the web page is equal to nothing. And I think it'll also work if I put in here single quote, single quote. Let's see. Yep. So 6, 7, 8, 9 do not have vendor names. So let's change this to whether or not any vendors are missing a web page. The vendor ID and vendor name in the results. So we want the name. Doesn't matter which one we put first. And again, this works whether you use single quotes or double quotes in there. Okay, there's the first one. Let's just continue on. Show the query that shows the total number of orders and the associated employee first name and employee last name. Just leave it at that. So select employee first name, employee last name, we're going to try here to do a count. And you can put anything you want, but what I want is order ID. And we're going to put in here orders.order ID. And show you how you can do it. So I'm going to say here as total orders, because I'm also taking the result and I'm aliasing that as well. Whoops. From orders, join. We don't have to do this, but let's do a little qualifying here. So let's put in E dot here. We don't have to do this. When the fields are distinct like this, you don't have to. I'm going to use just O here. And that'll be from orders O. Join employees E on E dot employee ID equals O dot employee ID group by E dot employee ID comma E dot first name, just going to do this. And we'll even do an order by in here. Order by, and we'll order it by, try that, total orders in descending order. See if it works. Return an empty set. I'm just kind of going nutsy here. I don't know why I'm getting all these empty sets. Floy first name. O dot, well, what is in orders? Again, the query itself is okay. In other words, it is a legal query. It's just not returning any results. We want the first name and the last name from employees. We want a count of the order IDs from orders. We're joining on a common field. I'm going to get rid of the group by in here and just see if it works with that. If I still get nothing. And I am. Now notice it's giving me nulls. And that isn't right. Huh. Well, we can do that, but that's kind of a joke. I'm going to try a couple more, though. So we'll see. I'm going to say, show the query that shows each separate product name no repeats, which means we're going to use a distinct in there someplace, along with the associated category description, sort by category description, then by product name, both in ascending order. And again, if I just keep running these, I'm going to keep putting in some queries. But if I keep doing these and just keep getting the empty set, then something goofy is going on. I'm just going to go on. All right. So select distinct p dot product name c dot category description from products P, join categories C on P dot category ID equals C dot category ID. And then order by C dot category description, comma, P dot product name. Again, like I said, if I keep running these and keep getting the empty set, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, to be honest with you. There we go. So we got 40 rows. So we got each product name and what the description is. This is from the products table. This is from the categories table. All right. And this is in, we did by category description first. So the accessories, then the bikes and the car racks and the clothing, etc. And all the accessories are in alphabetic order, followed by the bikes in alphabetic order, etc. Well, that's good. We're back on track then.